What camera should you shoot your feature film on? I don't know. We have an idea, but we're going to be doing camera tests. So I'm really excited to finally introduce you to our director of photography.
Jake Hilger, that's me. I've been a filmmaker for about 10 years. Me and Lisette met in college. She was the one who wrangled all the stragglers into like a cohesive group in film school and created a little like cult of filmmakers. And we've been friends ever since. And we've, made a ton of projects together. All been a fun ride.
Fun fact, Jake actually worked on a short film with me about 10 years ago in Mexico. So it's crazy that it's all circling back. So if you're new here, we are making The Mexican Little Miss Sunshine, Finding Jose. I'm Lisette, I'm the director, and I'm really excited to get started with this camera test. So for this camera test, we are starting with our baseline, what we have access to thanks to Jake and Moveo Studios.
It's the Canon C70. Ding, pops up. I have a couple Canon C70 bodies that I use for all of my commercial work. They're honestly great cameras. They've got internal NDs, which I love. Color science is just really nice.
This is our first feature film that we're doing together. 10 years ago, we shot on the A7S for a short film, so we're moving up.
Couldn't even shoot 4K on that.
We're shooting on A7S now.
Kids, there was this time, way back in the day, when most cameras were 1080p.
For this camera test, we're coming from the perspective of we're indie filmmakers. We're not being funded. We're non-D.
I guess what this camera test is kind of like what we said in the beginning, is setting like a baseline, like what do we have access to? So we're shooting on Canon FD lenses. They're some of my first lenses that I bought out of film school because they were comparatively very cheap.
And it still looks good, and people still ask, like, what'd you shoot that on?
Yeah,
it's like DSLR.
Yeah, I think like what you're looking for in a lot of ways from a camera test is just what works for your workflow. Is this gonna serve that need, that we have for the film? So a lot of it's that, or in just usability, little things like internal NDs that can save you minutes on set that, you could use towards getting another take.
Hope you guys like this camera test.
This is a Canon C70, and these lenses are vintage Canon FD lenses. They're old photo lenses from back in the day. I like them. They've got a lot of character. They're not very contrasty, but they're kind of, I don't know, I just like them. Nice. This is a car mount. It's suctioned onto the car here. Got 4 points of contact, which is nice. I usually like to use ones that have points of contact on the top because the biggest issue you always have is a little bit of rattle like that. So we'll see how the shots turn out, but this is just kind of testing out, getting a little creative, seeing what we can come up with. Because this is a road trip movie and there'll be lots of car shots.
So we are here with Cuete, and we wrangled him into our test shoot. What made you jump on this test shoot?
Because it's you. You're the director. Why would not want to work with you? You're the best.
And today we are in Montebello. And have you ever done a test shoot before?
I have. I see why you want to do it, and that's another reason why I want to work with you, because I know you know what you're doing. Without a test, you get out there, it's like you're shooting naked.
That's, I think, what's really important about test shoots is that you can make mistakes before you actually do the feature film, and you're always figuring out like what's working, what's not. Anything that stood out for you from the script, or what'd you think about the script and the character?
I thought the character was cool because it seems a lot of I think I told you before, like the script resonated with me because it's something I'm going through with my own daughter at the same time right now, and I was like, I think you went into my brain in my sleep and you wrote it because it's exactly what I'm going through with my daughter. She has her first boyfriend, or maybe not boyfriend, but she's definitely there, and it hit me hard, and I was like, damn, that was crazy. And Sonia being, my sister, that was a great choice, and we have chemistry. We worked together before. It's just, there's no way we can't win with all three of us on the team,
Well, I think it's important that we're telling our story and letting general audiences to kind of take a peek into what our lived experiences are, and not a lot of filmmakers that understand our culture would be able to tell the story that you're telling. For Chicano culture in particular, I feel like now that we've taken that step to tell our own stories and use social media or use the access to all of the equipment and access to filmmaking, it allows us to get our stories out there, and we need them. We absolutely need them so that people can feel their experiences are shared or their stories are being heard.
And that's a wrap. Jake, how are we feeling? What'd you think?
Pretty good. It was a pretty fun day. It was it was fun to get out there and just make something kind of like no pressure. Usually that's like we got to get this and we
Yeah.
got to get that.
Yeah.
Whatever we get, and like we'll put something together. That was fun.
Exactly. Yeah. But what's cool about that camera test is that it's an actual short film. So link below is the full short film that we did. Shoot things with just 3 people. There was just 3 of us.
That was good. The actors crushed it.
Yeah.
It was fun.
We're not independent filmmakers. We're making a feature film. These are tests and trials and everything that we're doing. So follow along as we continue to share more about our journey in making Finding Jose. Thank you. Subscribe, like, comment, do all those things. If you have any questions, comment below.
Tell us what camera we should test next. Jake. I'm Jake. God, I'm so bad. Sorry.